We are excited to have joining us on the Heister Automotive Group hotline, Will Wade, brand new head coach, NC State men's basketball, making his way through his first off-season with the Wolfpack, and he does join us, as I said, on the Heister Automotive Group hotline. Coach, thank you for taking the time. I know that you sounded the siren. Are you a full all-out Caniac yet, especially after last night's win?
It was a great win. Great win last night. Good to win the series, and waiting to see who we get in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I like it. I like that you're a part of that. And the off season is busy. I'm sure you get a hockey game in when you can, but the portal never stops. So we'll start there. I've heard you say that scoring is still something you're out there looking for, right? You like the length, you like some of the size, some of the attributes you've been able to assemble, but maybe scoring something you're still in the market for. There's some big names you've been linked to that are still testing their name in the NBA draft, out at the Combine. How is monitoring those decisions going, and when do you expect to hear maybe on some of those decisions?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have a lot of scoring, but, I really would like to add a proven score, if possible. I think we've got some guys who can score the ball, but if we could add a little bit more of a proven commodity, I think that would, that could help us moving forward. And so we've been monitoring a lot of things. We've been monitoring some playoff series overseas, been monitoring the Combine certainly, and monitoring some potential reclass kids in high school. And so there's a lot of different avenues out there, a lot of different options out there, and we're looking at all of those and going to find the best fit for us.
It's interesting you bring up the overseas element of it. There was like the timeline. At one of the shows we had, I was talking about how your portal class, maybe I would have liked to have seen a big guy, and then literally by the end of that hour of radio, we had heard about Paul Mbaya having committed, 6'11", big dude. I think technically a freshman, but he's played some years over there in the French Pro A League, and he's a bigger, older guy. How do you scout and find a guy like that because he is playing overseas, and then what does he bring to your program?
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of connections with agents overseas. We get a lot of our intelligence from with overseas. You got to use the NBA teams, and so we have a lot of friends that work at NBA teams. There's a couple teams that have better international networks than other teams, and so we try to rely on those teams and their scouts and what they think. And then you rely on the agents and some of the relationships that you have, and that's what we use to identify the guys. Watch some film, run some comps based on guys who have come from that league and come to the States. There's been 4 kids in the last 5 years from Paul's league, or Paul will be the 4th. The other 3 were at Dayton, St. Joe's, and Stanford, and Paul stacks up a little bit better than each of those kids, and so we have a pretty good comfort level with where he'll fall when he gets here, and are very, very excited about him.
Will Wade, NC State men's basketball coach, connecting with us on the Heister Automotive Group hotline. Will, the ACC has recently really released to us that the conference schedule is going from 20 to 18 games, and one of the first things I thought of is rivalries being protected and all of that. As you schedule, right, you get these 2 extra non-conference games. Would you consider a conference team in a non-conference game if it is a team that your fans think it's important to play twice a year?
We absolutely would. It gets a little bit tricky, and there's a little bit of discussion of that at the conference meetings, but we certainly would. Especially, maybe it's not a team we would play twice a year, but with the way the ACC schedule is going to be now, there's going to be one team that you don't play, period. And if it was a traditional rival that we didn't play, period, I think a non-conference game would make a ton of sense. To play a non-conference game just to play a team twice, that's going to be hard to get the other team to agree to. For instance, if we're playing them at their place, why would they want to come play us at our place in a non-conference game? And we'd have to return it and maybe play at their place twice the following year. So, I mean, there's a lot of dynamics that would have to work. It'd be a lot easier if it was just a team that we weren't slated to play, but it's certainly something that we'd be open to.
What is kind of your non-conference philosophy as you look towards future schedules? Is it big game hunting? Are you looking for those wins to boost net? What's your theory?
Well, it's a mixture of all of that. I mean, everything we do in scheduling is based on giving us the best net possible and making sure that we give ourselves the best chance possible to make the NCAA tournament and then get a seed where we're capable of advancing in the NCAA tournament. So that's how we schedule. We'll have some big games on neutral courts, some big home games, and then some other home games that are very good games against quad 2 teams. We can pick up quad 2 wins, which is the equivalent of a conference game, but they'll be in a bye game, and then certainly some of just the straight bye games that we need to first secure the win, but then make sure we win by a margin enough to run up our efficiencies both on offense and defense. So we'll have a good mixture of that. We're going to play as high a level competition as we can, and make sure that we're as prepared as we can be for the ACC portion of our schedule.
Will Wade, NC State men's basketball coach here on The Drive. Coach, you what I really appreciate about you is kind of the openness, right? And I think that was obvious during your time at McNeese, particularly at the end when all of the discussions about next jobs and everything were happening. But now that you've taken over for State, you say we will make the NCAA tournament, right? We want to be in the, I think you said, top part of the ACC, and you expect to. A lot of new coaches don't do that, right? They hide behind getting better every day is the only goal and developing and coach speak. Why not go that route? Like, why are you comfortable openly naming your bigger goals and being so transparent?
I don't know why you wouldn't. I mean, what we're going to say? We're going to suck?
No, but it's the 1-0 thing, right? It's all the cheesy stuff. I guess
that doesn't get anybody excited. But I mean, look, all that stuff. Look, we got to have a daily process to get to where we want to go. But I mean, look, our goals are what they are. I mean, nobody walks into the season. No head coach is going to walk into their main team meeting like, we're not an NCAA tournament team this year, guys. Let's just roll the balls out and hopefully we can make the NIT. And if that doesn't work, maybe we'll go to the CBI. It'll be a fun year. Like, nobody's going to say that. So you might as well put it out there. I mean, that's what everybody who signs up here knows what they're signing up for. And you got to set the expectations. If you set the expectations at a certain level, people will rise to those expectations. If you set mediocre expectations, then you're going to get mediocre results. And we want to be a first-class championship program. We're going to set first-class championship expectations, and that's just the way I've always gone about it. And look, we're gonna back up our talk. We're not going to be all bark, no bite, all hat, no horse, so to speak. But we're going to back up what we have to say. But look, I don't think anything I've said that it's not like I've said that we're going to the Final Four and we're going to win the ACC this year. I mean, damn. We expect to compete at the top of the league, and we expect to go to the NCAA tournament with a chance to win a game and advance. I mean, I think that's what every high major program should be striving to do. And when I feel like we got a team that's good enough to go to the Final Four, we're going to say that too.
I was going to say, if you want to go ahead
that's the way we go about things.
If you want to go ahead and make those guarantees, our phone lines are always open. We would love to help you get that message out if you want to make those types of guarantees.
Let me make sure we got the right team first. I mean what I say. So we'll let's get that part of it right first, and we can circle back on that.
All right. Well, last one before we let you go, and thank you very much for taking the time. Another thing I've noticed about kind of your tenure, however short it's been running the program, is you are connecting with fans, right? I've seen you in viral videos calling up season ticket holders to renew their tickets, right? You're at all the other sports. You're throwing out first pitches. So I thought it'd be fun, right? As soon as I knew you were coming on the show, I hit up a diehard NC State fan, multiple years, for a question. I was like, we'll wait on what's the question. And this is the fan question. And I emphasize it is a fan question, and you'll see what I mean by that. Can you give us your NC State basketball Mount Rushmore? Is what they were interested in. Like, who are you putting the four faces on the big rock?
That's a good question. I mean, obviously David Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably an obvious one. I think if we are just sticking with, with the winning and the national champion and just national championships, we'd obviously have to have Norm Sloan on there.
Okay.
And Jim Valvano.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've had so many other great players. Be tough. I don't want to just choose. It'd be another player on there.
Yep.
But I just don't know. I don't know which. I don't know which one. I don't know which one I would choose. So we have a lot of. We have a lot of good options. So,
Coach, that is a veteran move. You leave one open that way. Every former player thinks that is a veteran move. Nobody's feelings get hurt. So we'll let you go with that one. But thank you very much for jumping on the show and good luck. I mean, I usually say like good luck this season, but there really is no off season anymore. So good luck in the portal. Good luck with recruiting. Good luck with everything you have coming up.
Sounds good. I appreciate it.